Здравей, Слепче. Ще замести Славко и после ще се довърши нещата. Еми... Пуснах уж един голям таймер, колкото да мога да си свърши нещата, ама то се оказа, че може би няма да е толкова лесно за промяна, така че просто ще постримам малко и после ще се връщам и ще си работя по нещата. Което означава, че разчитам на тебе изцяло. Почти изцяло. Утре вероятно ще мога да потърся някакви новинки, но от тебе ще разчитам много за новини тази седмица. С нещастие. Аз не знам дали съм подготвил абсолютно всичко, ама... Whatever. Само да свършим още малко. Аз ще на те в някакъв момент да потърсим други стримери. Беше така лесно. Само да видя, защото малко ме реже. Аз знам защо ме реже. Сега ще го оправя. It's not any better. What the heck? Hi. Anyway. Започваме да свършваме. О май гад. Значи един път ще се пусна с шибаната камера. Си, Георги. Ще помолим с нас по стрима да върви. Вау, Вочо. Аз тотално бях забрал какво е утре. Ти доста така шеметно ми припомни. Чакайте да видим дали не мога да оправя това, че изглеждам на някой, който буквално ще те заведе в леговищата си и ще те хвърли на кучетата. Това не прави никаква разлика. Славе, какво така? Моли се успея да си свърша нещата на време. Моли се успея да си свърша нещата на време. Какво? Тригер Гълден? Репагната? Са твърде големи женчо, че да колят истински дракон. И аз това си мислех. Ама всички някакво ги е супер шубе. Ама те дракони не са и ефтини. Ще я препотуваш през 5 земи чак в 6-та. Meet with the king of facade. Това мога да го направя. Find a treasure map. Despicable man.
Oh, sure. The guy with the necklace? I don't know where he is now, but I've heard some pretty sordid tales about him.
Шегош ли си? Воу-воу. Воу-воу. Ще имаш 1-2 дни за медитация и да познаеш себе си. Ох. You never disappoint, Vulture.
Bushed.
Опа. Wait. Какво има то тип? Долу. Да ми да анулират мегабайтите на телефона и пускам един стрим от телефона.
Oh there. Popola told me about you. Just tell me where you're going, and I'll take you there. No charge.
I must say, I'm rather surprised you didn't bother to learn how to swim these past 5 years.
I can swim. My weapon is just heavy.
Whatever you say, lad.
Holy shit.
Guy with the gold necklace, eh? Yeah, I heard some folks saw him heading for the Forest of Myth.
Forest of Myth, huh? Maybe we should pay a visit.
Когато се върне комикона. Може да почнем, че минус 10 точки за Грифиндор, Хари е попука, баща път църкво. What the hell? Си ли отровихме последния път, като... Гад, ядахме от тука.
Wait, what? A man with a gold necklace? You know him? You bet I do. Goddamn bastard ran off with my wife.
Wait a minute. I thought he had a girlfriend.
If you find him, bring him back here so I can murder the bastard.
Sure, I'll consider that. Listen,
Last I heard, someone saw him in Seafront. Goddamn bastard. I can't even bear to look at my wife anymore.
guess it's back to Seafront for us.
Boy. Имаме си плейбойче. Когато се върнат събитията, ще си преподписал 2-3 пъти. Да, той това ме първит. Опа, това е грешно такова. Днес съм с едно копче отгоре. Но ако сте послушани, може да... О, шет. Окей, типичното дропене на... леко дропене на кадри. Нищо... too much. Това, което ще казвам е, че днес съм качил едно... Имам едно копче отгоре, но ако сте послушни, може и да ви откопчая някой. Ще моля да завия... Nope. Печас много се рези от... Както стана супер горещо, нямам други дрехи. Защото се забрах дрехите по Одев. Естествено, ако не ви кефа, мога да пусна анимираното аватарче. Но губите от това лице. Голям минус.
Oh there, getting on?
Има още много неща, които не съм взел. Holy shit, кой ме наспавял така? Умайло му. Но ясно съм с The Passage of Time. Така, пича, който е избягал He's in Seafront. Сори. Налага ми се.
The man with the necklace? Oh, I know him. I know him very well, if you get my meaning. Growl. Truth be told, I haven't seen him for almost 5 years. But I know he's coming back to me.
That's a really long time. You don't think maybe...
He promised he'd come back, and he will. He was honest, and he loved me. Not like that old husband of mine, let me tell you.
This man seems to have quite the gift for swindle.
Or swing.
Sure seems like it.
Holy shit.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he was pretty shady. I heard he beat it for the North after folks caught wind of his counterfeit goods. Oh, that...
Макар да сега играм игри. Да. Oh, what?
The man with the necklace. Yeah, sure, I remember him. Heard he took off for the junk heap earlier.
Great. Now the junk heap. Maybe he ran into the two brothers.
The two brothers. Един брат и един екс-брат.
Bunch of townspeople disappeared along with that.
Трябва да се пестели в чатовете. Трябва в едно кратко изречение да кажеш, че не ме занимава и гладен съм едновременно.
Oh there.
Oh, show us thy wisdom.
Man simply hops from one woman to the next, does he not?
He's been cheating this whole time? That's just terrible.
Doubtless he will end up suffering at the hands of one of his paramours sooner or later.
I don't think he means any harm. This kind of thing just happens with attractive guys.
That's awful! What if a man did that to you, Kaine?
Should kill him.
He'd wake up a little less man than he used to be.
Change my mind. Cheating is always wrong.
Окей, това беше интересно. Беше какъв Дон Жуан се оказа. Къде?
Welcome, welcome, welcome! Hey, got a question for you. Did a guy with a gold necklace come around here maybe 5 years ago or so?
Sure did. Mom used to spend a lot of time with him.
Oh no. Don't tell me he's the guy we found with their mom in the junk heap.
Sorry, what?
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
We can hardly keep this a secret from all parties, and yet I can't imagine how to begin telling them.
What to do? Ah, welcome. How are you? How you doing?
Hey there. How are things?
Great. Things are great. Couldn't be better. Shades just took over the second floor of the junk heap is all.
You don't seem too concerned.
Doesn't matter. No one cares. Folks don't go in that far anyway. Just makes it hard to gather materials for my new weapons.
If you can't work on weapons, that affects me. I'm gonna go clear him out.
Good luck. You ain't getting very far.
Why not?
Shades tore up all the elevator machinery on the first floor. Ripped it up! If you want to use it, you gotta switch out the parts.
Can you make those parts?
I could if I had 5 broken batteries and 5 broken motors.
All right. I'll get the stuff and you make the parts. Deal? Let's just tell the client. Gideon doesn't need to know.
Yes, I suppose that would be the wisest course of action.
He's been dead all along. Poor guy.
One could say he received his just reward. Still, he was with the woman he loved at the very end, so I trust his final moments were happy ones.
There's nothing happy about dying.
I suppose this means the matter will always be a mystery to us.
На колко ли прасет съм докарал сътресение? Той предполагам. Гебелис.
Hey, I tracked down your boyfriend.
You did? Where is he?
I'm sorry to tell you this, but he's dead. We found his body 5 years ago in the junk heap.
I had a feeling that might be the case. It's the only thing that could explain him not contacting me for so long. Thanks. I think I can move on with my life now. Here's a little gift for you. I appreciate you doing all that legwork for me.
Мяу. Да отиваме да се идваме и да ходим на сватба. Тъй като обичам да питам, как минава вашият ден? Как минава? Все още. Не да се похвалите, не да се оплачете, винаги съм тук, винаги обичам да слушам. Тезър. Тя пачкана. Hang in there.
Does it not strike you as curious to find wolves in the desert?
Should it?
They normally live in forests, yes. Deserts would seem to hold little sustenance for them.
Well, we can certainly guess what they've been eating.
Айде. Сам ще греши. Уоу. Това е... Are you the one who saved our
I
king?
didn't save him so much as just find him.
We owe you a great debt. We would be nothing without him to guide us. By the way, do you happen to possess a royal compass?
We do not, my good man. Pray elucidate us on the nature of this object.
It allows you to traverse sandstorms without losing your way. It's one of our most handy tools. Please feel free to take it.
It looks valuable. Are you sure?
Is Griff full? Of course, the masked people always repay their debts.
Then we would be honored to receive it.
Не съм ходил в изгрев. Въртял съм се основно в Каршияка и по центъра. Excuse me, are you looking for work right now?
What kind of work?
The rules state that we must make a ceremonial mask for our king, and I need help collecting the materials. И сега. Чупи... Това е доста малък замък. You came. It's been so long.
We hear your days of bachelorhood are coming to a close, King.
Congrats.
Forgive my prying, but we are all eager to know the identity of your lucky bride.
Oh yes, how rude of me. How nice to see you again.
Hold on. Fira?
That's right.
You have grown into a fine example of womanhood. I'm sure you will make a splendid queen.
Kaine's gonna want to see this.
Indeed. But I am very truly glad to see you all. Did you know that my bride threatened to boycott the ceremony if you did not come? You must be Emil.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Your Royalness. Congratulations on your wedding.
Thank you.
I'm sorry Kaine's not here, but
Let me guess, she's outside. Nonsense. She knows she is welcome here. And now, I insist that you stay with me tonight as honored guests of the royal family.
Of course. How could we refuse?
Опитвам се... I hope it's not racist. Но опитвам да звуча като индиец. Опа!
To think they even have rules governing the timing and water temperature of a bath.
What's it to you? You don't even take baths. Kaine?
What is the matter?
I don't like this. Weddings are festive occasions, you know? Should I even be here?
We were invited here by the king, remember?
Какъв е акцент изкара?
Sure, but what about everybody else?
This city isn't like our villages. It's all about the rules here. And since there isn't a specific rule about you, I honestly think they won't give a crap.
Yeah, maybe.
Will you at least procure a new set of lingerie for the festivities? Some spring colors, perhaps?
Keep talking, book.
Yikes.
Oh.
What's up?
Just having trouble getting to sleep.
Something bothering you?
No, the opposite, in fact. I'm just so excited about the wedding that I can't settle down. I bet it's gonna have streamers and dancing and bears on unicycles and everything.
It's gonna have streamers? I mean, yeah.
I'm sorta jealous. I wish I was Fira.
You'll find a nice bride someday, Emil.
Чакай, Фира? Искаш да мъжиш за... Okay.
Huh? Oh, right. Bride.
Yeah.
You must be tired indeed if you misunderstood that simple social nicety.
Някак си...
Yeah, that's not exactly it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. The harvest was weak again this year, and my people are beginning to go hungry. Also, our quarrel with the wolves has taken a turn for the worse. The duties of a king are overwhelming. Чайто е малко акцента. In truth, I feel somewhat guilty about holding a festival to celebrate my wedding.
Everyone needs to blow off steam and celebrate once in a while.
Indeed, your people have earned a moment of rest and respite.
I guess that's true.
Plus, you want to make Fira happy, right? Anyway, life is better when you have someone to fight for.
That's not written in the rules, but perhaps it should be. Someone to fight for. Yeah, I like the thought of that.
Aw, weddings are the best. There's flowers everywhere. Everyone's happy. It's just great. I'm kind of jealous. Aren't you jealous, Kaine?
Nah.
Oh, come on.
And thus, in front of these beloved guests, as per rule, and 104, I hereby request that you seal your union with a kiss. The sort of thing always had for me. Oh fuck. That's what I expected.
That wolf is a shade.
The wolves appear to be targeting you. The leader seems to have the power to reflect magic.
Yeah, doesn't seem like that. He left my husband. The people are nervous. Never mind that, Fira. You're... Thank you. You're going to be alright. Thank you for making someone like me your bride. I'm gonna shut up now.
I would rethink this course of action, King. Ahead lies a battle you cannot win. The king's grief is strong. I doubt he will stand down at this point.
Yeah, I'm guessing he'll run off to take on the wolves any time now.
Will we let him go by himself?
Of course not. Hell, I hate the wolves too.
Then we must prepare for the fight. It will not be an easy one.
I know.
Много силна история.
Are you ready for battle?
Yeah. Time to avenge Fira.
Fear is not the only victim here. These damnable wolves continue to claim the lives of many people. I'll not allow them to suffer anymore. As their king, I must take a stand. And if the rules say I can't, then damn the rules.
Madness. The wolves who attacked were only a fraction of the pack. How will you fight them all?
I will not be defeated.
Then count us in.
That is too much for me to ask.
We're not doing it for you, dumbass. It's for Fira.
Kaine, you can't speak to a king like that.
If this is indeed the plan, then let us make haste. We can ill afford another tragedy.
Thank you, my friends. I owe you very much. If you can make use of this, please take it. Ooh, ancient overlord. Where are you going, my liege? To track the wolves. The city is yours. My liege, that's a violation of multiple rules. Did those rules keep Fira from dying? No, my lord. What did Fira ever do? She was so close to knowing happiness, and then she had it snatched away from her. Yes, my lord. Was it Fira's fault that she was so frail? No, my lord. Then get out of my way. I cannot, my lord. You're behaving like a fool. Clearly you're still young. Dare you? Queen Fira was a kind and gentle woman. All in our city loved her, did they not? Hear me, man of the mask. Who is our leader? King of Sad. And who is our king's beloved? Queen Fira. Who stained the court with the blood of our queen? The wolves did. And who are the ones who vanquished the wolves? Men of the mask. Sir, I request permission to join these men in battle. I apologize. It took time to obtain the blessing of every citizen of Sad. You visited all of them? I did, my liege. There are rules about this sort of thing after all. Rules? Do not exist to bind you, they exist so you may know your freedoms. I understand now. My liege, you're a worthy successor to your father. The foolish king attracts foolish people. Do not forget this. You're foolish people indeed. Sacrifice so much for an idiot like myself. This is their den. Sorry to ask so much of you.
Forget it. It's for Fira.
Let's move.
The wolves appear to be targeting.
Okay, Beast Bane.
Okay. He seeks the king of Facade.
Damn it.
Such dogged, unwavering defiance. Why do these beasts hold so much rage?
Аз не знам как ги контролира точно.
Smallholes are not infected with shades. But as for the leader,
If even one shade is here, then I have to kill all of them.
splendid. Now just keep pushing. The king is in danger.
I'll guard the king. That's what Firo would want.
Indeed. You must worry about protecting more than yourself in this battle.
Oopsie.
Above you, stay on your guard.
Държи всички, когато съм против бокса и турша. Some people and our fallen and for Firo. Aha. Key fragment. She was placed into indentured servitude at a young age and forbidden to speak. In that harsh environment, with no family, she toiled day after day. And just as her future was looking bright,
I believe that young Fira was perfectly content with the life she had.
She was?
Of course. Does this not sound like what she would say to you? She was terribly proud of her king. And now you must do all you can to honor her memory.
I'll do my best. I swear it. Sorry, I need to be alone right now. The king isn't allowed to shed tears in front of others.
Is that another infernal rule?
The people of the mask live and die by our rules. And sometimes we even break them. Isn't that right, Fira?
The poor king.
This is all the Shade's fault.
This is the last of them.
Now we can find the Shadow Lord. And Yona.
We certainly can.
Hold on, Yona. I'm almost there.
Oh, there.
Нека изпълним лош шрайн квеста. Преди да продължим. Какви са ми страничните квестчета? Имам някои, които първо мисля да ги направя на второто разиграване. Защото не са много. Има такива деца от първата част. Те реално повечето квестовете деца остават, искат да ходя и да фармя някакви неща, с което не съм особено на вид. Но пък имаме, както казах, още поне 2 превъртания на едната половина от играта. Всъщност още 2 превъртания на едната половина от играта. След което... На разиграване C реално ще търся други неща. Да, това ще трябва да превърти в играта няколко пъти. Защото всеки път се включват някакви нови кът-сцени. Окей, можем да излезем все пак.
Hey, there are shades here.
Whoa. О май гад, почнаха да спамят за завършване. Дейвен. О, вау. Всъщност, това пише на това нещо.
That's the last of them. Now let's get a piece of that tree root. This should be enough root. Let's get it back to that guy.
What? Emil ме хилва? That's good to know. Май след малко пак ще трябва да се връщаме тук.
I wonder why the shades are getting so strong. They were never this powerful before.
It seems the shades are continually expanding their forces.
Looks like they'll just keep pushing us humans back, huh?
No. I'll find a way to stop it. Oh there.
Maybe tomorrow will be better.
I marvel at how relatively simple a task this retrieval process proved to be. It is almost as if someone deliberately set us on this path.
You're overthinking again, Vice.
But...
I don't care if it's a trap. Yuna's waiting for me and I'm going.
I see.
Още ли нямаш? В къде е топич? Не беше ли то?
You're going up against...
Кой точно беше клиента? Че нямам никакъв спомен. Окей, broken моторите ги имам, трябва ми broken battery. Това ще е fine enough. Grade 3. Да. Аха, Seafront. Боже.
Oh there.
Събрахме всичките парчета, Славе. Всичките ключове. За замъка на Shadow Lord. Дали се доближаваме до изиграване 2? Това е хубаво. Мисля да се пускаш след мене.
Here's your route, buddy.
Oh, how wonderful. This should help with my research. You see, research is what a scientist does when...
I know what research is. Get to the point.
Well, see, fossil records show that at one point in the distant past, all plant life just up and disappeared from the surface of our planet. But of course, there are plants here now, which means they managed to come back. I'm trying to figure out how that happened.
Interesting. I If you figure it out, it might make growing crops a lot easier.
Huh? You're way smarter than I thought, buddy. Anyway, here's your payment. Thanks again. Back to work then.
Thanks for the money.
Hold.
Много стимпък почтенски кутийки.
You're really gonna do it? The whole village is buzzing, you know. They say you're gonna go rescue Yona. I guess it's really happening, huh?
I'll bring her back. I promise.
About that.
Yeah?
Nothing. Never mind. Popola just loves to worry. Anyway, you be careful. Yes, do be careful.
Thanks.
Okay. Head for the Shadow Lord's castle, which is where? Лодка. And... малко тъп ми се изрязва в това в момента, но какво се прави? What did saying, Doc? Явно колко точно пари имаме в момента. Мама!
Come again.
That's a lot of money. Се играе взимай я. Които се дадат пари взимай, ако не се дадат пари не взимай. It's an easy decision.
Hold there.
Are we ready?
Let's all make it back alive, okay?
It's a plan.
Сега трябва да се... О, не. Как мразя това нещо? Това е отвратителна зона. Ай, ау. Идва ни посрещане. Stand by it. Това летящи шейдове ли са? Или чакай то да свърши. Лесно решение. Най-вероятно лесно, защото аз не го помня, все пак. Ooh, physical defense. надганале, почвам наистина да не харесвам. Като цяло. Това ниво конкретно. Не знам, защото се решили, че точно то трябва да се повтори лек 200 пъти. Окей, 3. Веднъж в първата част и още 2 пъти тука, поне. Всеки 2 километра. Айде дъска. В смисъл, най-вероятно делата са дълги. Окей, няма да правим. Fine. Ма ти си мислиш, че аз следващите 4 ще бъда по-свободен? Тук има шейдове. Явно не. Да лъжа, че музиката е много надъхваща. Как се попутвам кайни. Аз actually си я попутвам. Сега, как ще се получеше да не видя? Така. Играта ми подготвя за някаква много голяма бос битка, by the way. And yeah, отивам да бия Shadow Warder, but still.
Such an ominous sight. And yet I find it strangely nostalgic.
Yeah. This is where Vice and I first met. And first fought together.
Wow! This is where you used to live, Vice?
Well, yes, I suppose. In a technical sense.
Pretty nice digs for a floating magazine.
At least it was free from annoying hussies like yourself. And now the path is open.
Either that or point of no return. Тъно съм да мога да сеям в някакъв момент и да не трябва да го смашвам. Едно след друго. Колко готино. Доста яка оранжерия. Нека се огледаме внимателно. Да не бидем някакви мечове, които да изпуснем. Аз като цяло съм събрал доста стабилна колекция от мечове. Може би ще трябва да попълним един-два. Един-два малко, но няма да са кой знае колко. Ха? What? Phoenix Sword. Pretty nice. Чакай, какъв е то меч? И е също толкова лек. Very good. Чакайте да си оправя малко светлинката. Всички с лоу отзар. What? Okay. Deja vu?
Okay, hold on. Is it just me, or are we looping around the same path over and over?
What do you mean?
I think he means we're stuck.
There must be an escape route somewhere.
То ли имам чувство, че ето тези птици.
To whom does the true voice speak? To whom does the true form show itself? You must answer.
It can talk!
I ask, why did humans disappear from the world?
The hell is this?
I believe this is some manner of password.
Password?
Yes. The correct answer should grant us access to the castle. I feel confident I have heard this somewhere before.
To whom does the true To whom does the I ask, why did humans disappear from the world? You must answer.
Филтри. Чайте да оправим малко нещата. Because of a black disease.
I answer, because of a black disease.
I ask, how can humans extend their lives?
Окей, I swear, знам отговорите, но чисто и просто, защото всичко е споменато преди играта. Как иначе трябва да ги разберете тези отговори? By separating body and soul. Проект наречен Gestaltization, но предполагам ще го кажат.
I answer by separating body from soul.
I ask, what is the destination of souls?
They are placed in their corresponding shells. They are in the promised land bursting with light. Това може ли?
I answer, they are placed in their corresponding shells.
Very well. You are acknowledged as master. You may enter.
Well then, it seems the way is open.
Окей, не съм сигурен тук как иначе би трябвало да разбереш въпроса. В смисъл, отговорите на въпроса. Защото има pre-near история, която разказва за Project Gestaltization и какво са гесталтите, но, нали. That in due time. Предполагам и тук ще го разберем. Предполагам, но what?
It's the twins from your village.
Popla? Devila? What are you doing here?
Hey, any chance you'll just go back to the village? This is a very dangerous place. Even if you can find Yona here, you probably can't get her out.
How did you get here?
Shh. We're asking the questions right now.
What are you two doing here?
I'm not going to answer that. You can figure it out yourself.
Yep. It's a fucking sword in the back.
We're here to rescue Yona.
No dice, huh? Well, I guess we don't have a choice then. No, I suppose not. How sad. We didn't want to fight you. We really didn't want to.
What's happening?
Sorry, this fate was predetermined. Still, we spoke to truth. We really wanted to avoid this if possible. We were hoping to put it off for 100 years or so. Until the next generation came along.
What are you talking about?
Are they shades?
I don't think so.
It's a lie. I don't believe it.
They're hoping to postpone it until the next generation? What? И що не взема малко по-бързият меч? Naked Devil.
We never thought you'd grow to be this powerful.
This is madness. Why do you block our path?
You have no cause to speak so with us, Grimoire Vice. You are a traitor.
What now? They copied my powers.
Oh, shit on a shingle. They can use the sealed verses.
Of course we can. The power came from us in the first place. You were simply loaned a small portion of it.
Vice, are you all right?
What?
Popola, why are you guys doing this? Why are you siding with the shades?
Значи те са създали Grimoire Vice. Уау, какъв шамар ми наби. И шамар ми лепи. Скрите? Any chance, you know, просто shoot. What was that fucking bitch swap? Okay, значи тя има close range. На. Oh boy, oh boy.
Why? The answer to every riddle lies within the heart of the Shadow Lord.
The Shadow Lord? So you've been on his side this whole time?
You must search for that answer yourself. You've got to face your own truth now. Please, enter the Shadow Lord's castle.
The hell?
Devila and Popola are fighting us.
Yes, they do seem to be putting us through a great deal of...
You okay, Vice?
How odd. For long years, my mind and tongue have been my greatest assets. But now the latter seems to be...
Vice?
Do not look at me like that. I am Grimoire Vice. I am perfectly... Oh.
What the actual frack?
I think I hear a waltz.
It certainly is a grand affair.
Bunch of dancing bastards.
They're all shades!
I think we're locked in!
It's not like I was planning to leave.
Yeah, it's a bit late for that.
Oh, nice. Не бе, танцувайте си, не се притеснявате с мен. What the hell? Виж какво съм лош тук, аз... О, окей, разбирам какво правя тук. Не, всъщност не разбирам какво правя, защото не ми дават хелп. Мисля, че това е идеята на... някаква малка зончка, която да връщам хелп. чисто без никакъв хелт няма да изкараме много дълго. Кико, може би ще е по-хубаво да не гледаш стрима, защото съм по... Pass the point of no return. И току-що разбрахме, че Ау. Стига да. Мога да оправя от ауто им отбърка. Защото сега сме в лего, буквално ми казвате да дойда You can't return pass, не мога да се върна. Карт резистанс.
Damn it! They won't stop coming! I'll open the next door. Cover me!
Oh, how I do love it.
Twice!
Oh, right. Protect the hussy, yes? Good plan. Let's go.
Protect Kaine for us!
Kaine! Hurry!
It's not open yet?
Do I look like a goddamn locksmith to you?
No, you idiot! What are you doing?
Lock doesn't want to open? Fine. I'll just break it down.
Stop, you impatient fool!
Goddamn no good bullshit bastard! Open the fuck up already! Ugh! Got it.
Kaine, look out!
What?
Are they? Oh, these things are freaking me out.
Oh,
Kaine,
balls.
what's wrong?
Yep.
We need to help Kaine!
You okay?
Yeah, but we got problems.
Oh, big balls. Oh. Ела тук прасе такова.
We don't need forgiveness, asshole.
Kaine?
Има нещо на гърба си. Language.
Kaine, are you all right?
I'm
Okay,
fine.
Cap.
Let's just kill some shit and move on, all right? Damn it! How can something so big be so fast?
That's what she said. Literally. Ow.
It seems to lose some control when it charges. Brace yourself against the shock.
Ударен.
Oh dear.
No, please. What the fuck? Сериозно ще е много добре, ако някой така реши, че вземе да ми даде някакъв хелп с някъде.
Can we even hurt this thing?
That fog. Oh no!
I can't stop now. Damn it!
Stay focused, Kaine. Don't fall victim to such distractions.
Come on! We have to keep going!
Let's go! This way! Move!
Dragoon once. I remember that one.
Up here!
It's not for it. Просто не им тук.
How can we deal with this thing?
Please, hurry!
Oopsie.
Damn it, I can't get it open.
Attack incoming!
The entrance is locked too.
It seems we are in a bit of a predicament. Strike the beast while it's down.
Hit the thing while it's down.
Kopija.
Kasa, teido to, chi iru to te.
Nani?
出土当てより行った時とだあらペルアと試練地無責音イラコク
かつって
What are you doing here?
サルリしたカイザム特急だろ
You are correct.
いや改めて賛成
フルワリ割とてトラス感化しチンで
Teraz czupię.
バチ
あらペルアと
ロンダでキリゴイタリ
アフィアサチチサタトデルタカイザムチ
Hey! Stop! Let me go! Stop it! Damn it! King, no!
ギ後でアリクラーサ開こう
No! Open the door! You can't fight that thing on your own!
ゆっくくおたおきアルタイートクルトこちいる かてケタルイトエチケロアルテリアだせ
ギウジ
各石技師
真鍮カレルタカイザムテラス
あんだあらたてウラーヌペルアトチ
ウラーヌカイザムトチ Open the damn door!
Knock it off already. Let's go.
Kaine.
He's fighting for you. And for Fira. Don't let him die for nothing.
My friend. Devila! Popola!
Oh, look. You made it. We've been waiting for so long.
Why are you doing this?
It began 1,300 years ago. Humanity, finding itself on the brink of extinction, undertook a last-ditch rescue plan called Project Gestalt.
Gestalt?
Do you still not remember, Grimoire Weiss? Then let's give you a refresher.
What?
Weiss!
My mind. I remember. Devila. Popola. You are not human. In fact. Oh no.
Yeah, sometimes the truth can be a real bitch. You want to finish that thought for him, sister? All of us. Every person standing in this room are mere shells created by the true humans.
Yep.
What are you saying?
You still don't get it? You aren't human.
So then humans, I mean, the true humans, are extinct?
No. They still live on. You know them as shades. Each shade is a twisted remnant of what was once a human being.
Crazy, huh? Now let's skip the part where you stand there with your mouths agape and just get down to business.
Wait.
Sorry, but we're gonna be needing that shell of yours. The rightful owner has been waiting for a very long time.
Уф, трябва да си... Една секунда. Трябва да пусна телефона да се зарежда, защото не му остана много батерия. Готово. I am done.
Please don't be angry with us. We are only doing our duty. Our endless existences have a single purpose: to control the lives of others in accordance with the will of the true humans. You have your own motives, your own desires. And we have ours. I fear it really is just that simple.
Don't speak such foolishness.
Sorry.
Oh, here we go again.
You and us, we're the same. Tools in the hands of a master.
No! I'm nothing like you!
Секунда.
Devila? Devila? Popola, are you crying? No! Don't die! You know, Popola, I understand now why we're twins. It's because we were born without souls. Devila, I can't stop the bleeding. Oh God, I can't stop it. This world is too lonely for one without a soul. There's too much emptiness. Our souls are missing. And yet somehow our tears still work. It's kind of weird. Sorry, sis. I love you. Devila! Devila! Don't you go! No, I can't be alone! Devila!
Popola. Let's stop this now.
Stop? Stop? Now you want to stop? You think you have the luxury to stop? You cut down my sister like a goddamn animal and now you want to stop? Popola, wait! It doesn't have to— No one stops! It's way too late to stop! No one stops!
Please, don't do this! Popola! You and Devila were like parents to me!
Those two have watched the world wither from time immemorial. The cruelness of such a fate is difficult to imagine.
I don't want to do this! I don't want to fight her!
Stop bitching and start fighting! It's the only way!
Damn. Омега, как сме напусната само от едната?
No stopping. No stopping ever!
Oh, wow.
The bridge!
Blast! We're trapped!
I've got an idea!
I fear we're done for.
It'll be all right. You know, when I was young, I hated my eyes. And now that I'm older, I hate what my body has become. But there's something else there now. Something like pride, you know? I mean, without all this, I couldn't have become your friend. Goodbye, my friends. Thank you for everything.
Emil!
For so long, all I could do was destroy. But now, I have a chance to save something.
No!
Now get going, okay?
Emil!
Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine.
Emil! Emil!
Emil! You jackass, get back here! Emil!
Oh dear. Kaine's so unstable, and Vice can't stop arguing with people. I hope they can hold it together once I'm gone. Well, I guess they'll just have to learn. I want to see you again. I want to see all of you again. Just one more time. I'm scared. I don't want to die.
Уф. Това удря много силно.
Let's go. Yeah.
Up, she's half shade. Под half shade това означава, че вътре в нея е оригиналката. Something. Окей. Мама. Добре де. Май. Какви половината дрехи тя... Те имат едни гащи, това е. Как паднах като рак долу. И още ми е чудничко как са делите. Добре. Окей, това са някакви модифицирани души, но все пак телата явно старят по-бавно. Въпреки че за последните 5 години ние старяхме, actually. So... I'm at a lost. No more shades, please. Добре ден.
Yona!
One final fight. Maybe. Probably.
This ends here. Strike hard. Hold nothing back.
Неговия гримуар. Нуар.
How can a mere tool hope to stand against the Shadow Lord?
Don't speak in such a manner, fool. I am nothing like you.
Ow. Weiß още
No! Impossible!
Be careful!
I know!
He's us, right? Get red.
Vice, you alright?
Naturally, I am as fit as a fish.
Yep, he has the same powers as us. Много са едни. Да я окутара историята.
Brother?
Yoda.
Oopsie.
Huh?
Please, just stop. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't need someone else's body. I don't want it. There's another girl inside this body. I can hear her. She won't stop crying. She says she wants to see her brother.
Yoda's been possessed?
This girl loves her brother too, just as much as I do. It's not right, you know? It's not right that she can't see him. It's you, isn't it?
Yes, it's me. Let's go home.
I don't know what to... I'm so very sorry. No matter what. Just know that... I love you.
Hurry. The shade that possessed her is gone.
Cut! Watch over Yoda for me. You want me to understand your sadness? You think I'm gonna sympathize with you? I swore to protect my sister and my friends. If someone puts them in danger, they must stand aside or be cut down. Now come on! Let's finish this! Vice, what's wrong?
You're freaking me out here, Vice.
What are you doing? Come some... Do it! Strike the killing blow!
Oopsie. Kijk, dus gaat het met van. Así twista.
No bother. One moment, please.
You okay?
Fine, just fine. All right, no, I'm not.
Vice.
It seems some headstrong idiot has decided to push me beyond my limits. I should have taken that job as a cookbook when I had the chance.
Vice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Only joking. I hate cookbooks.
But...
Let's go. Out of the way. I have one final task to fulfill.
Where are you going?
Why, to stop him, of course. But after that, it's up to you. Only you can see this battle to its conclusion. I wish you luck, my friend.
You can't. I swore I'd always fight by your side.
You're an exceedingly stubborn lad. You know that, yes? Perhaps that's why I've so enjoyed our time together. But I fear this is where our journey ends.
Vice!
Oh, and remember what I told you about using my full name? Well, forget it. I've grown rather fond of Vice.
Vice. I knew you'd come around.
Don't let it go to your head now.
Something to defend. I have a reason to live. Shut up.
Is Yona all right? Oh God, no.
Oh, please, the girl is fine.
Vice? Where are you? Are you okay?
I am as well as can be, considering I have lost my physical form. Doubtless my voice will be the next to go, so listen closely. Your sister is safe. Do not mourn her, and do not give up hope. Instead, you must call her back to you.
How?
Use your memories. Recall the times you spent with her. Present her with proof that the two of you live still, and that your lives have meaning.
I don't know.
Typical. But take heart. I know you can do it.
What's my favorite food? Cookies. What's my favorite book? That's my magic storybook. What's my favorite place? Home with you. What's my favorite flower? The lunar tear, of course. Okay, one more question. Who do I love more than anyone?
Oh. Wow. Really?
Is that you?
Yona.
Is this my body?
Yes, Yona. It's yours and yours alone.
You look bigger than before. Like you've grown up.
Oh, yeah. I guess you haven't seen me for a while.
Have I been asleep this whole time?
Something like that.
It's almost like I'm a princess from some fairy tale.
Oh, Yona. I'm so happy to have you back.
Me too.
Kaine.
You and your sister. You have a good life, Kay?
Where are you gonna go?
Guess I'll...
You could stay with us, you know.
Thanks, but I'll pass. You know how it is. I got my own shit to take care of.
What do you mean?
Personal shit, alright? Anyway, take it easy, yeah?
Kaine.
Hey, look! It's beautiful. For the longest time, I heard someone telling me how they wanted to see the light. And now, they can finally see it.
Oh. Но що се отнася до истории, аз следвам едното право и това е, че you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Всеки интерпретира някаква история по определен начин. Either he likes it or not.
Thank you. I love it. It's It's so sunny today.
Yeah, it sure is.
Така, получихме финал А. 4 more to go. Как се ка? Кое на кой и за кое? Уф, it's a bunch of letters. Сериозно, нямате скип. За кое по-точно? Няма да се разберем така. Персоналното ми направи този номер. Let me fucking skip. Спектра не е ли много кратка играта? Играта горе около си направиш ти. Вчера, в смисъл, бях гледал едни хора, които бяха на 20 часа и още бяха с малкия нир. Но те правиха всичките странични квестове, те се таковаха. Аз в първата част не успях да направя всички странични квестове, защото бяха много фетч. This and that. Да не говорим, че имам още 3 преигравания на едната половина. Точно преди последния бос, нов бос ще има. Се разделя на 2 финала. И после един последен финал, който трябва да започне от нулата. Let me skip. Let me skip. I swear. Натискам бутони, ама нищо да работи. But let's be honest, аз не чета имената. Защо да гледам кредитите? Аз не чета имената. Ако е смисъл, и да искам, нали, група имена, doesn't really do much for me. Какво да правя, да гледам въртящи се буквички на екрана? Кика, половината игра е с бял фон. В смисъл, половината менюта с бял фон. Аз не знам какво са правили. В смисъл, в момента, в който заредиш играта, всичките лога на различните неща, които ползват, всичко е на бял фон. Първият път, когато това ме обля в лицето, усетих как горя. Ама от уважение ги оставям. Аз от уважение играя играта с абсолютно всичко, което мога да направя. Реално с кредитите не им правя никакво уважение. Аз им правя уважение, като играя играта колкото мога повече. Това е моят начин, по който аз показвам уважение. I have to vote for this shit. Толкова ме бех като мен игра, държа джойстик към екрана, докато минем всички кредити. I'm gonna fucking do it. Oh shit. Така. Oh shit. Never mind. Имаш пред ето така. Load your clear data after completing the game to experience kindness story. A departed mother's diary in your house. Wardrobe has been added to the options menu. New outfits can be obtained by progressing through a departed mother's diary. Change music has been added to the game settings section of the options menu. Huh? Така ли?
Whenever I interacted with Kaine, I was reminded about something from my past. Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Anyway...
Kindness dreams discrimination. The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly toward the wooden, hawk-shaped weather vane at the center of the town. The wanderer reached the vein, which had existed for as long as Annie could remember, and started. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face an almost sexless quality. Всичко беше също на този свят. Those traits combine... If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then I... The child blinked. Rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair and began its slow descent to the ground. Come on, come on! The child felt a slight breeze and watched as the vein slowly creaked to life. Spinning this way and that for a moment, it finally settled with the beak pointing firmly towards the east. East? Really? Before the vein could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall around. Oh no, they found me. A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. Yoo-hoo, Kaine! The voice belonged to Demo, worst of all the bullies in the area. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eyes and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. The boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seeming indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or did you finally decide to run away from home? Though she knew it was futile, Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelty burning in their eyes. Kaine knew those were not the only eyes on her. The tormentor's parents watched from the safety of their homes. She was attuned to this sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some of the villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kaine was something to be hated, and if possible, destroyed. I didn't say you could leave, freak. Demo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong, be brave, he can't hurt me, he can't hurt me, he can't hurt. Oh look, the little freak is gonna cry. What's wrong? Are you sad everyone hates you and wants you dead? Kaine prayed for the rain to flood and carry her away from a world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Demo crept even closer, the clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. Even the weather hates me. I'm useless. A failure. And don't bet on it. I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off. Kaine couldn't meet Demo's leering gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kaine's face with thick fingers and yanked it upward. She tried to run away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. Show me. No? Did you just say no? Demo grinned evilly. Don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Not even taking his attention from Kaine, he called to his cohorts. Come on guys, let's give the freak what she deserves. As soon as Demo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kaine. Demo paused, still grinning as Kaine curled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are. Kaine ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east as it supremely confident about the future it had chosen for her. Go home? Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. Freak, chanted the children. Freak, freak, freak. Kaine closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the coaching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of her torment turned into terrified cries did she dare open a single blood-caked eye. Kaine was shocked to see Demo sprawl to the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh my god, he's crying, he's actually crying! Deprived of their leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves, as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no say very much, they began an uneasy shuffle away from Kaine. The young girl was the least of their concerns. Instead, their attention swept on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. Hurts like a bitch, don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. If any of you little bastards ever touch my Kaine again, I'll do far worse than throw a rock. You can count on it. The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Timo was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. "Ow!" he screamed, leaping to his feet. "Stop it! What are you doing? Quit whining. Ain't no one ever died from a scratch. You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch. A big one. That thing could have killed me." The old woman shrugged. "Death is the best cure for stupid." Timo's face twisted with rage at her words. Locking his eyes on Kaine, he took a step backward and spat on the ground. "Get out, leave this village, no one wants you here, either of you." Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Timo and his companions turned tail and ran. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. "Look at the fat boy go. Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight." The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kaine. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders, then produced a cloth from the folds of her dress and began blotting at the blood on her forehead. "Oh, Kaine," she said, why didn't you fight back? You're stronger than that wart." The words of her grandmother stung Kaine, and she turned away. "Don't be nice to me," she said. "I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore." Her tears, held in cheeks for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. "Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead." As Kaine's tears turned into sobs, she felt her grandmother's hands on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kaine found herself unable to turn away. "Don't talk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realms of this world and the next, and it grants no mercy to any that attempt the crossing. You got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand?" The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. "You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kaine. You know because you survived it." As the words hit home, Kaine was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother, but when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kaine called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence, and their first few years together had not been easy. But with each year that passed, Kaine and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud with tears and blood caking her face, that Kaine truly understood the depths of her affection. Here was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kaine's pain and loneliness, it was her. "Do I make you sick, Grandma?" "Of course not, don't be an ass." Kaine drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. "But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't—" "Hush," interrupted Grandma. "I'll not hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter and I love you, and if folks have a problem with that, they can just go to hell." With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kaine's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking their stems or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kaine want to cry all over again. Devil Never Cry от друга планета. Това човек е скопание как официално Данте дрехи от колаборация с Денил Де. Whoa. Oh my gosh, these are Lunar Tears. Grandma, you made this for me. Lunar Tears was legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one. And yet, her grandmother had somehow collected a dozen or more. Kaine reached up and touched the wreath as if she couldn't believe it was real. "Where did you find this?" "Just stumbled on while I was doing the shopping." The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kaine to suspect that the search had been more difficult than she was letting on. The pains she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used in its construction, made Kaine's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. "Didn't quite turn out alright," said her grandmother. and she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure was good on a pretty girl like you. Kinda blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Of course you are. What a fool thing to say. Thank you, Grandma. Her grandmother smiled. We're gonna be fine, you and me, she said. Long as we got each other, we'll be just fine. Kaine took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the walk home, Kaine gripped the hand with all her might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the wind. The rain had stopped. Kaine stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when stopped. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough, even if it's against the world. Kaine let her gaze drift up past the vane and into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. As she turned and headed for home, the light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze. Kaine's dreams, daily life. Oh my god, моля ви се! In the distance, Kaine heard the steady sounds of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodman about his work. D&D. I'm trying to stop, не знам кога ще пусна. The firewood being produced, however, was far from a work of art, as could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about a barren yard with wild abandon. If anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe. Kaine's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that could make the most hardened sailor blush. Grandma, called Kaine. That you, Kaine? Yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. Don't get too close, or I might take your goddamn foot off by mistake. She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kaine close enough for her to hear a whistle, at which point she decided to step back. Once she scurried to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, Grandma, do you need help? I can get you water, or want your a new axe or something. The axe poised to strike another wobbly blow. Paused in midair, the old woman considered her grandmother's offer for a moment, then smiled. Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss poor job of chopping, why don't you come here and take over so I can get the water? Sheets have been restless lately, and I don't want you running into one of them bastards. Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far the more difficult of the two jobs, but Kaine knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kaine did her best to help with chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kaine knew the real reason. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kaine moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the area. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter. And rare were the days when any but the two of them could be found on the rocky acre of land they call home. Kaine enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kaine turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood. And when she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in the walk and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kaine swung the axe around her head and threw it, walk and all, across the yard. Damn it, crap. She suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt in a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with the blade, but the task was challenging, and blisters soon began to form on her small pink hands. This is tough, and my wounds are all weird sizes. Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, kinda redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Setting down her buckets with a small sigh, she took one look at the walks and coughed out a wheezy laugh. Pretty clumsy, girl. You better practice if you... Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Eyes wide, kindly dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. Grandma! The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. Get the bucket, I can't let it spill. Kindly steadied the bucket with a foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water swashed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress, but Kindly didn't notice. Grandma, what's happening? Cursed panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and patted Kindly away. Stop that, just stop, she cried, breathing heavily. It ain't like I'm dying, just tired from the trip is all. Kindly desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Kindly was ending. Sooner than either of them had feared, the positions would be reversed. The next morning, Kindly came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. Grandma, you're sick and you need medicine. I'm going to the village. The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Kindly gently pushed her down. It's alright, she said. I'll be fine. Her grandmother fixed her with a gaze that would melt steel. After what seemed like an eternity, she finally lowered her gaze inside. Well, I don't like it, goddammit, but I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up. The old woman watched as Kindly strapped on her boots and made her way down the road on the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across the dark green sky, she was still watching. Kindly moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother gave her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by Shade, or worse, Demo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor Shade, and Kindly finally found herself at the entrance to the village. The few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered to each other behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kindly took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. I have to prove myself, I have to help Grandma, I have to be strong. She chanted these words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund older woman who was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kindly's presence. Hey, lady, said Kindly with a bravado she did not feel. Where's the apothecary? The woman's flabby cheeks shook in bewildered anger. How dare this thing speak to me? They seemed to say, but Kindly saw that her eyes held a different emotion. Fear. Yeah, we are both scared, lady. Trust me on this one. Which way? Kindly repeated. The woman pointed at a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off into the other direction. Kindly cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary, but the new mission had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door she did notice a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He'd clearly been sent here on some kind of family errand, because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. Oh my god, he sputtered. What are you doing here, freak? The insult was delivered without force, and Kami happily ignored it. Searching on tiptoes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for medication. Ha, barked Demo. That old bitch finally kneeled over. Keel over. Go to hell, Demo. The boy's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out of his head, but before he could let fly a comeback or worse a punch, the apothecary told them to knock it off before he kicked them out of the store. Timo swung out of the shop, cursing kinda under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. I know. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kaine a sense of peace. Surely in a world so vast there would be a place that she could call home. On the far wall, behind the counter, rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but time had worked its cruel magic, and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. "You like that picture?" Kaine turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle but sad, and they seemed to stare through her into nothing as he spoke. "That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead a long time now." Kaine didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. "Pictures are wonderful things," continued the shopkeeper. "They let the ones closest to you live on forever." He shook his hand slightly, then looked down on Kaine's mouth. Handing her the medicine, he reached into his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. "You should have these. There's no one left that I wish to draw." Kaine took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. "Yes, I've heard the rumors about you," he said. "It's a small village, and word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I also don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Kali, and I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable." "Grandma's name is Kali?" thought Kaine suddenly. She was still mulling this new fact over in her mind as she reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. "Your grandmother is an old friend of mine," he said as Kaine soothed away yet again, "and I owe her much. I wager she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like that very much." Kaine murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost indecipherable step, but it was a step nonetheless, and with enough tiny steps, she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding a bit in places, leading Kaine to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand clasped around her arm. "Back already, are you?" asked her grandmother with a yawn. "Come here, let me have a look at you." Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe, finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild. She leaned back and allowed herself to relax. "Well, how was it? Those bastards give you in trouble?" "It was kind of fun," said Kaine with a small smile. "No, seriously, it was." "Fun, eh?" asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. "Aha. So anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know." As she spoke, Kaine removed the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her a portrait. "Portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a ringled old crone." "But Grandma, it will make you live forever." "Oh shit," said her grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her bed. "Live on forever will just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help me with dinner." But Kaine would not relent. In the end, Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house as if posing for a master artist. Kaine took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kaine finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and let it slowly drift to the floor. It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all. I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, you know, make drawing easier or something. The old woman's eyes narrowed at her granddaughter's disappointment. Let me be the judge of that, she said. Ignoring the pain in her back and reaching the paper. The sketch could have been a person's face. It also could have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread. All rendered in a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, then slowly wheezed out a laugh. "Oh, Kaine," she said, "you threw out of my butt. You're as clumsy as me, and I love it. But hush, I won't hear any more boo about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always." True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kaine could still stand it no more and asked her grandmother to take the artwork down. "Bosh," said the woman. "I'll take this down when they roll me in my shroud." She pondered this for a bit, then turned to Kaine and dropped to one knee. "Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before. And it makes me want to go on, so that someday you can feel the same happiness." It was a moment that burned itself in Kaine's memory. A perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on. People and memories move in and out of life like ghosts passing through a hole. But this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. Kaine listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared at the black object on her plate. She'd been pushing it around the wooden desk for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned her courage and gave the object a brief view. A sharp, bitter scent flew up the nostrils and made its home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. "Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug." The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. "It's no bug, you fool girl, it's a berry." "Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs?" "Well, it looks like a bug," said Kaine, "and I think it's burnt or something because it smells horrible." With that, Kaine held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. "Oh yeah, that's terrible, alright." "Why, you little brat," laughed the old woman. "Look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact." 5 years had passed since the moment when Kaine's grandmother saved her from the police. As is often the way with two stubborn people, their relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Kaine could not remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kaine started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so, this morning found Kaine lacing up her work boots with a breakfast of burnt berry rolling through her belly. "Where are you going today?" asked Grandma suddenly. Kaine looked up, surprised. The old woman rarely asks for specifics anymore. "Well, I was gonna check on the kelma trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and I'm going to pick up some flagstones. So I need to take the wheelbarrow." "Flagstones? What in the hell for?" Kaine stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around their home. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope and rubble, the old place sagged like a boxer in the final round. "Grandma, a dying cat could chew through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so we have some protection." The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. "God damn, girl, if a bunch of thieves want to ransack this old place, let them come. We got nothing worth stealing anyway. I'm not worried about thieves, I'm worried about shades." People saw one west of the village yesterday. The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. Oh, shoot. I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about some other... Grandma, no. If I don't go to the Kelma trees, we won't eat tonight, you know that. A confused expression passes across the old woman's face, and for a moment she was a small child who was at the carnival. Yes, she said after a bit. Yes, of course you're right. I'm sorry, Kaine. Lately it seems my mind is... She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to her nightstand and gently taking the wreath of lunar tears from the drawer. The flower's petals had aged to brilliant whiteness, and Kaine thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it. You're gonna be a true woman soon, Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair. So that means less chatter about cheese and building fancy walls and more talk about how beautiful I've become. Annoyed, Kaine reached up to remove the gown, but the look on her grandmother's face stopped her hand. You're a beautiful thing, said the woman, and there ain't another like you in the world. I'm very proud of you. Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day. Put your mouth on you. Where did that come from? Gee, I wonder. I'll teach you to sass me, girl, yelled Grandma. Suddenly she watched forward and grabbed Kaine by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazy grin on her face. Grandma, yelled Kaine. Grandma, stop it, what the hell? The old woman stared at her and blinked, then slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if it was the first time she had ever seen them. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just... Kaine thought the look on her grandma's face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. Listen, she began. Maybe I should stay home after all. No, I won't have you stay here to keep an eye on an old codger like me. You go get your fruit and your wool and whatnot. I'll be fine. And when you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you. Kaine rolled her eyes, then kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. There's more. I know there's more. I don't know why. Ако може да сейвна, щях да сейвам. And I would be done with this. Kaine could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Ако има още едно след това, просто спирам и следващия път ще ги скипна тук. Don't turn around, she told herself. But in the end, the temptation was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small bent woman standing in front of the ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. God, she looks so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Kaine worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kaine pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling back down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead. Tracing its path with a finger, Kaine suddenly felt her stomach knot in on itself. Oh gods, no! Her grandmother's house was ablaze, the flames licking up as if trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma! Grandma! Kaine ran then faster than she had ever moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stone and went sprawling into the rocky ground, but she leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kaine's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark. It's too dark. Not just fire. Can't be fire. Too much smoke. Gotta save her. Gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt. Her worst suspicion confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingling with the thick, inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet. and achieved balance through means of a large armored tail. Scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in a random chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kaine, it let out a roar and inflicted its tail, sending small whirlwinds spin around the yard. For a moment the creature retreated into shimmering inky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. But then the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat and excrement, and the horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, and this time Kaine responded with a scream of her own. "Alright, you bastards," she thought as her scream echoed off the high hills and around them. "It's you or me, let's go." The shade eyed Kaine with bemused interest, and he began walking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction it had so gleefully wrought. With dread beating her heart, Kaine glanced towards the house. Through the smoke and flames she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. "Grandma!" At the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically. "She's alive," thought Kaine. "Alive!" Kaine's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard towards the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kaine tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes as she tried to remember how her legs worked. "Get up, get up, get up, get up now." Kaine struggled to her feet. The shade stomped towards the house and pinned her grandmother to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood in the air, then collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kaine watched to her feet only to fall back to earth with a gasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them were surely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. "Grandma, hold on. Just a little longer." Her grandmother's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until only the whites were exposed. Kaine pulled herself across the ground with a maddening slowness, the distance seeming to increase with every second that passes. The shade glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue, its giant mouth turning up at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep inside its core. "Bastard, laughing at us." She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt the shade was taking joy in their suffering. "I see your plan." The shade moved its claws slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive, only to snuff out her life when Kaine was close enough to touch her. "I'm gonna kill this bastard." Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as the foot twisted backward, but she forced it from her mind and began to hobble towards the monster. Pulling a small knife from the pouch at her waist, she leapt on the foot that pinned her grandmother and punched the weapon deep. "Give her back," she screamed. "Give her back to me." It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke and at the hilt with a dull snap. The shade panted laughter again, then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air towards the young girl that was lashed to its foot. Kaine never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing to the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spoke up. "Kaine?" Kaine's vision blurred, but she forced herself on the ground, on the sound. Хора, нямат си идея колко... Finally her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out to her through the smoke. "Grandma?" Kinda, you gotta run. You can't pass this one. Kinda grabbed the hands and held on with all her strength. Grandma, come on, we have to go. The old woman coughed wildly. One of her hands, liquid blood, slipped from Kinda's grasp and thumped to the ground below. Grandma, no. I said, run, goddammit, you have to live, you have to get through. The thought would stay forever unfinished. Before she could say another word, the shade's cold foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the shattered figure of an old woman. Blood oozed from gaps in the creature's toes as the terrible, putrid smell assaulted Kinda's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Kinda blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been in hers just a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the fingers, but then the sensation drifted away on the breeze and was gone. Memories flashed through Kinda's mind, one after the other, faster and faster until they became a meaningless jungle of noise. Kinda screamed, then a thunderous sound that echoed over the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. The shade eased forward, black ichor pouring from its mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept towards its prey. Kinda's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles. Her head wobbled dangerously to the side. Yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just moments ago, took a slow, hesitant step backwards, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kinda seized the moment, laughing like a mad woman. She leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of the knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade shook, kinda off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once more. Her chest rose and fell slowly as if a great weight was resting upon it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? Think it is. Think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kinda's mind, something finally broke. The sound of the pain, the smoke and flames, all of it faded away until all that remained was a single incantation repeated over and over again. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it now. As the spark that was Kinda slowly began to flicker and die, she felt her desire to kill and her desire to live blend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer and longer.
The beast approaches.
Oh, I know.
Holy shit. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
I'm not gonna let this happen again. It dies today.
My sword is lighter. It's not the blade, but the skill of the user. Strike it down.
Благодаря за фолчето. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Босът беше доста лесен, so I'm just gonna skip that next time. Просто ще скипна до него. За жалост наистина се налага да тръгна. Няма как да игра повече, so really sorry about that. Така че тук ще приключим днеска. Кога ще цъкам отново, не знам. Благодаря за фолчето и не е нов канал. Това е канал, в който стримаме повече от един човек. Също така крилица, моля. Кога ще стримам отново, не мога да обещая. Но, може би. Оригиналната версия на тази игра от коя година е... Явно е 2010. Добре. No. Shit. Обърках. Фанли. Да. Добре. Тъй. Благодаря за това, че бяхте с мен днеска. Малко сега бързо ви оставам, но налага съм. Трябва да свършвам към написането на код. Следващия път продължаваме към финал 2. Малко по малко. Така че, чао и поздравете Нивка, майче има рожден ден. Всъщност има рожден ден. Поздравете.